Operators in Python is a special symbol or a keyword which is used to perform certain operations on variables and values. Operators are mostly used to manipulate the data, make some decisions, and control the flow of a program. Now, in Python, there are several types of operators like arithmetic operator, assignment operator, relational operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, membership operator, identity operator, and your ternary operator. So like we said here, it can be a symbol or it can be a keyword. You can see in all these operators, everything is in the form of a symbol. Whereas in membership operator or identity operator, we see there are certain words which are basically the keywords. Now, arithmetic operators are used to perform certain arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. Now, addition operator, which is identified by the symbol plus, it is used to add two numbers. If x equal to 5, y equals to 5, so x plus y gives me the addition of these two numbers, which is nothing but your 8. Subtraction operator, identified by the symbol minus, is used to subtract one number from the another number. Like say x is 10, y is 4 here. So x minus y gives me 10 minus 4, which is 6. Similarly, multiplication operator is used to multiply two numbers or to find product of two numbers. So if x is 4, y is 5, x multiplied with y gives rise to 20. Division operator is used to divide one number by another. For example, when I take x equal to 30, y equal to 4, when x division operator y produces 7.5, which is usually a float value. Whereas, in case of float division operator, which is identified by two slashes, this float division operator is used to divide one number by another and it returns the largest possible integer. So, every time you make use of this division operator, the result is always going to be in the form of float. Whereas in case of your float division, you can observe here, we took x equal to 30, y equal to 40. Here I was applying division operator. Right now we are applying, float division operator, and you can see the result is an integer. So the main difference between this division operator and your float division operator is the division operator, as we said, always produces a floating point arithmetic, hence it's always returns a float value. Whereas when we go for this floating point or float division operator, so we get floating point as well as integral based upon what type of values are supplied. If both the values are of integer type, then the result will be int. If at least one of the argument is a float type, then the result will be float type. So let us say x equal to say 30 and y equals to say 4. So when we go by the normal division, that is x divided by y, which is a division. So I will always get a floating point value. Okay. So if I am taking say x equal to 25, say y equals to 5, now x slash y is also going to give me a float value. So the division operator always produces a floating point value. Now coming to, suppose I am taking x equal to 30, y equals to 4. If I am trying for float division operator, that is x slash y, I always get an integer. But either of them, maybe x or y, if any one of them or both of them are going to be floating point numbers, then the result will be in float. Suppose I am taking say 36.8 and y equals to say 4. So now when I'm going for float division x slash y, we can see the result is in floating because one of the variable that is participated in this is in float type. So if x and y both are float or any one of them is float, the float division also produces floating point. If at all x and y both are integer, then always the result is going to be an integer. Now modulus operator, which always gives me the remainder while a division operation is being done. Let's say x is holding 17, y is holding 5. So x modulus y, that is 17 divided by 5, whatever is the remainder, that is 2 here, that is what we are going to get out of the modulus operator. Now exponential operator is something where we use two asterisk symbols put together. So we understand only single asterisk will be giving your multiplication or product of two numbers. But when we start using two asterisk symbols put together, that behaves like an exponential operator, which is going to raise a number to a power. For example, if I take x equal to 2, y equal to 3, when I am writing x asterisk asterisk y, that is nothing but 2 to the power 3, which is nothing but resulting into 8. So x equal to 17, say y equals to say 5. So when I'm going for x percentile y, which produces 2, which is nothing but the remainder. Now, let's say I'm taking a equals to 2, say b equals to 3, and when we apply exponential operator, that is a asterisk asterisk b, the result is 8, which is nothing but 2 to the power 3. We can use both plus and asterisk on string type also. So if you are using the plus operator on a string type, then both the arguments should be string type only. Otherwise, it will give an error. So I can join, this plus is going to act like joining of two strings together. And for that, both the arguments should be string type. Now, when I'm using asterisk, then one of them can be str type or string type, and the other one should be an integer. Or you cannot. So here we are not allowed to take anything apart from one compulsory string and one compulsory integer. You cannot multiply two strings. But whereas two integers, we already seen that we can be used for multiplication. So when I'm applying, let's say there is a string hi and I can use this plus. Let's say I'm adding one more string by. So my resultant is HIBYE, which is a concatenation or joining of these two. So plus, which I can normally use on adding of two numeric values, I can also apply it on string values. But when it comes to, let's say, hi multiplied with say 3. So here this string hi is repeated 3 times. So this is where this asterisk is going to work as a repetition operator. So what we have done here, we took one string and one integer or numeric value. Now let's say I'm going for 4 asterisk say BYE. So this also accepted where this by is going to be represented as 4 times. But one thing is, out of these two parameters that I'm giving, one of them must be an integer. I mean, I cannot take, suppose I'm writing string multiplied with another string, this will lead to an error.